Have you seen the movie The Proposal? It's a classic rom-com starring Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock as a couple who fake married in order to prolong the legal stay for Bullock's character. A standout of that movie was an immigration officer who scrutinized the marriage to the point of personally attending the wedding. If you are at all familiar with USCIS's past practice, you know that the agency doesn't commonly exercise that level of close scrutiny. Officers are generally thorough, but their investigations are limited to what's on paper and during interviews with applicants. If they ever find the information to be insufficient, they may request for more evidence or schedule subsequent interviews before denying the application. So, the diligent officer portrayed in The Proposal has been an exaggeration conjured up by the Hollywood writers, at least so far. What if I tell you that the reality may soon change for some who apply for naturalization? Let's start with the basics. The Immigration and Nationality Act gives CIS the authority to conduct what's called a personal investigation on the backgrounds of naturalization applicants. CIS can request testimonial letters from neighbors, employers, co-workers, and business associates who can provide substantiated information on your background. If the officer wants to take things further, they may subpoena those people to give in-person testimonies. They may even work with U.S. district courts to compel testimonies. And this information will be considered when evaluating the applicant's eligibility for citizenship, physical presence, continuous residence, good moral character, and so forth. Despite this grant of authority from INA, USCIS has generally waived personal investigations for practical reasons. Personal investigations are time and resource intensive. CIS officers have heavy caseloads already to work through, and it doesn't really make sense to spend additional times on personal investigations when biometrics and criminal history checks could accomplish pretty much the same goals. This brings us to the change I spoke of. In a recent policy memo, USCIS makes clear that it is rescinding that general waiver of personal investigations. Officers who review naturalization cases must decide now whether to conduct personal investigation on a case-by-case basis. They likely will pick and choose cases with certain triggers. As for what the triggers might be, that's to the discretion of the officer. It's important to understand that this policy change works hand in hand with the updated good moral character standards USCIS will be applying on naturalization applicants. To learn more about that, check the video link in the description. Together, the revival of personal investigations and stricter good moral character standards gives USCIS officers broader discretion to look closely into an applicant's background and determine whether this is a person with good moral character. These recent policy changes make naturalization more challenging than ever. You should expect to not just fill the forms, but gather documents that clearly demonstrate your eligibility for naturalization, such as evidence of your good moral character. You might even consider proactively soliciting affidavits from people in your circles in your personal life to reduce likelihood of personal investigations. That's all for today. If you need help with naturalization or any other immigration issues, contact us. We're happy to help.